Hey guys, welcome back to yet another video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the tooth of the arrow fixed broadheads. They were kind enough to send me a pack, so we'll look at the accuracy of them, and then we're going to take them out and see if we can either get a deer or a pig. When talking with Tooth of the Arrow, we decided on a 2-inch total cut and a 100 grain broadhead. The reason for this is my current setup is set up for 100 grains and everything of that nature, so I should be able to throw these on and get pretty consistent, accurate results. But we're going to test that a little bit later. When I weighed these out and measured them, they were incredibly close to each other. Of course, when you buy broadheads, you want them to be as similar as possible. That way you can pick up any one of them that may be in your quiver and they nearly shoot the same. Two of these were 100 grain on the dot, and one of them was 98, 99 grains. That's a standard deviation of 1.15 over a sample size of 3. That's very small, and considering how little a grain is, they are phenomenal as far as how close they are, so they all should have the same flight path. Now, the cutting area of these blades I measured to be 1.96, and that was consistent across all of them, so just a tiny bit less than that 2-inch, but with these fixed blades I'm really not worried about it. Another thing is it has a 45-degree angle on these blades. That's going to allow it to be super tough, and while it's in the packaging and I haven't done a sharpness test, I can assure you just from running them across my hands, I've nearly sliced them open once or twice. These razor blades from the factory are very, very sharp, and they're ready to go to work. And as always, this is a product, it is made in the United States, it is made with US steel, it is a single piece construction. So I really do think they're going to hold up, but we'll certainly see when we take them hunting in a little bit. Now we're going to be testing these broadheads on 2 different crossbows, quite frankly, because I have a friend coming up and that gives us twice the opportunity to try to get a pig or a deer this weekend. The first one sitting in front of me, this is a Tenpoint RS470 crossbow. As the name implies, it shoots 470 feet per second. This thing is moving. I can comfortably shoot it out to about 60 yards, while I'm sure that some people out there could shoot this thing even further, up to 80 yards. But we're going to see the 60-yard grouping with the field tips, and I'll just shoot one of the new broadheads into the target, simply because it's just going to destroy it with that fixed tip. The other one I'll be trying out, and this is a slower and older crossbow, is this Viper Copper, or no, it's the PSE Viper Copperhead crossbow, and it's got limbs on it. I'm not 100% certain how many feet per second this thing shoots. I know it's good till about 30 yards, but you can use this broadhead up to, I believe, 500 feet per second is what it's been tested at. So it'll be able to handle both this one and this crossbow. Regardless, we're going to see how it performs, and it's unique to use this in 2 different setups. Well, I'm going to do a group of 3 at 40 yards, make sure that the crossbow is still on, and after that I'll scoot it back a little bit more, and then we'll try the broadhead out. That one. Definitely not the best group I ever shot, or the one I'm the most proud of, but I am shooting in a 6-inch circle or so right here. I'll get a few more practice shots in, back it up to 60 yards, and then go from there. Well, after that poor performance at 40 yards, I did a little bit more testing. I backed up to 60 yards from where I'm at now, and I got a little bit better results. Finally dialed in a little bit better. You can see that maybe 3 inches between these at 60 yards. Certainly happy with that. I might have to adjust just a little bit more to the left, but I'm very happy. Let's get that broadhead and see where it shoots in comparison to these arrows. So one thing I really do appreciate is how easy it is to open this packaging. You simply flip it over, it pops right up, take this little cover off, and you have great access to your broadheads. That's something that really doesn't annoy me. I'm sure everybody else is just packaging is hard to open. This is a little bit better close look up at these things. 4 fixed blades, nice and sharp. Another thing they also add in here is a tool. And you simply put your broadhead into this little plastic retainer. And I'm just going to take my field tip, pop it off real quick. Throw this broadhead on. And we're going to see how it does at 60 yards. So this is the broadhead I just shot. I left these two as comparison. It's a bit higher. That's a good 4 to 5 inch gap in between those. I might have to adjust for this broadhead, although when I did check the fill tip weight compared to the broadhead, they were nearly identical. I want to see if I could pull this out. It's definitely going to destroy my target. And we'll take a look at it.
Do a target?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was worried was going to happen. And I know I'm just destroying the inside of this target doing this, but can't wait to get these on the arrows tomorrow, and we're going to have to go out and give them a shot and see if we can get something. If anything does go wrong today, I got the 2 best trucking dogs in the world at my side if I'll need them, but hopefully that won't be the case. I'm sure I won't need them. The biggest challenge we're facing this year is just how dry it is. This is a clip from last year, and this is about average for what it normally is. Quite wet, and then this clip is from this year, and there's just no water to begin with. The acorns aren't falling like they normally would because it hasn't rained in 2 months. Usually where we would see white oaks and red oaks, just acorns falling like crazy, there's just none to be found, and what was there is already been eaten. So we're going to be going around feeders and things of that nature, and hopefully that'll get a little bit better results and change the situation. This was a really tough start to the season. We did see a few raccoons and things of that nature, but we really only got 2 actual opportunities. This pig at 20 yards, but it was running around and quickly moved out of the area, not allowing for a shot. And then this other instance in which I saw a smaller 6-point, and I would have taken him given that I've never shot a deer with a crossbow before, but it was so dark it was hard to really get a good view in the camera or get a shot on him to begin with. To put things mildly, it's been a bit of a struggle. Usually we'll have a few cold fronts come in early season, but it is just now getting into November, and we're just getting our first cold front where it's getting down into the 50s or so. Hopefully that'll have the deer, pigs, everything a little bit more active, see a little bit more, and maybe finally get something in range in order to try these 2 of the arrow broadheads out. If you want to give these broadheads a shot for yourself, make sure to go to the description below and click the link. It'll help out the channel, and it's absolutely free to do. You can also see the variety of products they have made in the US that you may be interested in for your next time. As the winds began to calm down, I saw a couple of raccoons finally frolicking, and just a couple of minutes later, I finally saw my first couple of deer in quite a few days. It was a group of 5 deer about 60 yards away, and while I probably could have taken this shot, I wasn't comfortable with it getting this close to dark, knowing that if I was off, I would definitely lose my arrow and not be able to find it. Fortunately, after seeing these deer, another one came walking by at 20 yards. Well, I just found the broadhead and everything, and it's pretty mangled up. I'm missing fins on 2 sides, but it hit pretty compact dirt. Initially, when I looked at this, I didn't think I got it, but looking at this tail fin, there's blood on there. It's a little difficult to pick up on camera, but it went all the way through. There's hair right there at the fletching. So now it's time to go find it and see where I hit it. Well, we just found some blood about 10 yards or so from where I took the initial shot. And it's pretty well on the ground here. You can see it's on these leaves. And certainly bleeding pretty quick. Unfortunately, she did not make it far at all. A little bit more. She's laying right here, maybe 15 yards from where I initially took that shot. Didn't go far at all. Nice, quick, easy kill. We'll take a look at that wound and see where I end up hitting her. It's a little bit farther forward what I wanted, but it passed right through that front shoulder. When we bring her around, it did a number on her. That is right through the heart. A wonderful exit wound. You can see the damage that left. Like I said, did not go far. Very happy with the performance of these broadheads. Well, the evidence speaks for itself. This tooth of the arrow broadhead did a phenomenal job. If you want to take a look at these broadheads, I will leave a link in the description. And by going to that link, you'll be helping out the channel as well, and it doesn't cost you anything. I really do appreciate the support. Now it's time to get the deer back to the ATV and finally get back on the road. 1, 2, 3. She is in. My goodness gracious. I couldn't be more excited. This is my first deer ever with a crossbow. Those tooth of the arrow fixed blades did a phenomenal job. Even though they may only have a 2-inch cut and be 100 grain, that wasn't a problem. 20 yards, she was out and down for the count. Now guys, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to share, like, subscribe for more. And as always, thanks for watching.